My name is Chris Gordon. I'm head of corporate development for Tocvan Ventures. We're a CSE listed Canadian company with a gold and silver project in Sonora, Mexico. Gran Pilar is our flagship project. We've done over 30,000 meters of drilling there on the main zone. Currently, we're focused on the pilot mine and resource expansion through an aggressive drill program. So that drilling, we're drilling around 20,000 meters. We're about 6,000 meters in. We've discovered some new gold-bearing zones already this year with a lot more drill results to come. On the development side of the company, we're fully permitted for a 50,000 ton pilot mine, and the infrastructure is good for 10 years on that. We got that last summer. It took us 30 days to get that. We are currently building that out after signing an agreement with the community about a month ago. That gives us a full green light to continue with that. So we expect to have that completed and ready to be operational in September, in the fall this year. And expect to run that for the first time in October. We expect to recover in and around somewhere around 1,000 ounces of gold. So it's a big opportunity for us. From there, further drilling, as I mentioned, we do plan on submitting a permit for full-scale production, or an application, pardon me, for a full-scale production permit in Q4. And we expect a maiden resource in either Q4 of this year or Q1 of next year. And then off the back of the maiden resource and the pilot mine, we're anticipating a PEA to be released in Q2 of next year. So we just signed an agreement with the local community. That agreement runs for 5 years. There's a potential for a 1-year extension. And we also have a right of first refusal to buy the land that we're on if they decide to sell it. So that's definitely an important part of this. With the pilot mine, we'll be able to employ people from the local community, and they'll be able to see how we operate down there, and look forward to potentially full-scale production where we could employ them on a full-time basis and more people from that local community. Yeah, the biggest challenges, I think, since Sheinbaum came into power, the permitting process seems to have slowed a little bit. So, we anticipate around a 3 to 4 year timeline to be able to get a permit, whereas pre-COVID, these permits were attainable within 12 months. They're currently about 65% through the backlog and have publicly stated they're expediting permits going forward. So we saw Silver Tiger get their permit in Sonora last year. We got our pilot mine permit in the summer. Heliostar got a mine extension permit. So permits are happening, but I think that's the biggest risk, is not that it will happen, but what's the timeline on that? And for myself, what really excites me, there's two things. I think the PEA is going to really showcase really favorable economics for a heap leach project down there when we complete that in Q2 next year. And the other side of it is the exploration. So the main zone is 1 square kilometer of 22 square kilometers, and we're just now for the first time stepping outside of that into surrounding areas, and we think there's an opportunity to build something bigger there with further drilling in the area. Currently, for us to achieve the 20,000 meters of drilling, building and running the pilot mine, PEA resource, and submitting an application for a full-scale permit, that's around 9 million Canadian to achieve. We have 11 million in the treasury right now. That being said, juniors are always having to go back to market at some point in time, so we're not fully financed for everything we need over the next 2 or 3 years, but we're in a good position currently. Well, we present a unique opportunity in that we're not just trying to drive and build a resource, but we're actually building a real company with the pilot mine production that's expected in the fall. And getting into the permitting queue is an important step for us as well. So we're looking to build a real company and provide some economics in the form of a PEA, which will be a very strong PEA, as it'll be based off of 50,000 tons of production. So we're excited going forward, and this story is really largely unknown in the investing community, and we're just starting to get out at conferences like this in Quebec City and more conferences this year, and engaging with outsourced IR firms to help us kind of get that story out in front of more investors.